play for Sword Art Online Hallow Realization. Pretty much the last week I can play, or at least I am going to play this game. There is a chance that I'll be getting Final Fantasy 15 this week. There is a really big chance that I'm getting it on Thursday or Friday or maybe Saturday, or else it will just be Monday or Tuesday, the normal release date. One part of me says I hope that I'll be getting it this week because I really want to play it. But the other part of me actually says no. I hope it's I hope it's gonna be just a normal release, so I can hopefully have another weekend playing this game and hopefully beat it. I have been playing this game a lot, and I know I'm gonna play it a lot longer if I, of course, have the time. And after Final Fantasy 15, I keep forgetting this. After Final Fantasy 15, a week after The Last Guardian comes out. Now, I know that's not really true. I'm not really sure if I'm not gonna play The Last Guardian right away, but at least I know I'll be busy playing Final Fantasy 15 and The Last Guardian up until January. And in January, Yakuza 0 comes out, but I've actually just seen today, it is January 24. That is the end of January. I am not really sure what else comes out in January, but it could mean that January is an open month where I can hopefully play more of this, complete Final Fantasy 15 up until the percentage I want, and play and complete The Last Guardian. So it's going to be an extremely busy but really cool couple of months, definitely for collecting. And also for my birthday, next week is my birthday, I'll be 30 years old, and my mom is getting me Dragon Quest. Well, actually, I have to order it myself, because my mom doesn't know how to do it. I did that today, and I saw 2 other Japanese games reduced in price. One of them is Tears to Tiara 2. It is a tactical RPG for the PlayStation 3 that came out actually at the end of the PS3's life cycle. And what I know about it is that it's a pretty good tactical RPG and extremely big, like gigantic in size of the storyline. A friend of mine actually played it, and he says that tactical combat is like okay, but the characters and the storyline are awesome. And the music, he really likes the music. And he and me have kind of the same taste in games. Not entirely the same, but kind of. And the reason why I'm buying a Japanese RPG on the PS3, even though my focus is the PS4, is because I really think this game is going to increase in price now and up to 2 to 3 years. I remembered with Artinelico 2, it was 25 euros, and every week I was thinking, no, I'm gonna buy it another month. And now, I still haven't gotten Artinelico 2, and the price has increased a lot. Up until when I'm saying like, I really need some extra money all of a sudden to just order randomly the game. So, I pretty much said to myself, I'm not gonna let that happen with the PS3. I actually only need a couple more PS3 games, and I have a full Japanese collection for the PS3, or at least the Japanese games that came out in the West. It's not a low-profile gamer. It's been a while. I'm talking a little bit about the games I got. That I bought a Japanese PS3 called Tears to Tiara 2. I got it because I saw Dragon Quest Builders. I bought that for my birthday. And I saw that Tears of Terror 2 was dropped in price, so I was like, whatever. I know that game is going to be really expensive later on, so I bought it. And there's also a PS4 game that I bought that was dropped in price dramatically from 50 bucks to 18 euros. That is a really good deal. And that is a name I actually almost cannot pronounce. It's Aegis something more. It's a really weird Japanese indie that actually got released and also had a physical release. And it's actually resolved around a round city that you have to upgrade and maintain, and you have to defend it against giant monsters. So I'll be getting. I bought that one because I'm like, yeah, you know, that's really cheap. I want to get the game. I'm like, okay, and that's pretty much it. Also, this Friday, Limited Run is releasing their next game, Stealth Inc., the Ultimate Edition. I'm not really sure. Like, it's a platform game, but you have to. Yeah, it's really resolved around really fast reflexes, as the trailer that I've seen. And I'm not really sure if I'm really gonna like it. I mean, the art style is okay-ish. But, you know, I really said to myself, like, with limited run games, I love what the guys are doing. Deep down, I would buy all of their games. But, you know, I really don't have the money to buy all of their releases. They're just pumping out games. You know, first it was like 1 a month. Then 2 a month. Now we're getting 4 to 6 games a month. That's too much, even for me. Because there are still a bunch of limited run games I haven't even opened yet. I just don't have the time for it. So I am really only buying the games I truly want, and I don't think Stealth Inc. is going to be one of those. Holy shit, the Lone Survivor. That I'm gonna buy though. Like, it's like a really old school indie horror game. Holy shit, I really want that. And of course, Firewatch. So, and then they have another one I don't really care. Oh yeah, of course, Apes Odyssey on the Vita. I don't really care about. Like, I'm not gonna say on the Vita, but I just don't really play on it. I really don't. Like, once in a while, even when I take my Vita off to work, seriously, I'm like, I like to play a little bit. I mean, I should play Valkyria Drive at least. Maybe on the Vita TV, but I just don't have the time, really. To be honest, you know, I'll rather be playing this than Valkyria Drive. Maybe I should get it tomorrow, really try to beat it. Fate Stella, Gravity Rush 2, Tales of Berseria, Kingdom Hearts 2 Digimon World next. For Jan. No. Fate Stella, I don't know. Oh yeah, of course, Gravity Rush comes out in January. Tales of Berseria comes out in February. Kingdom Hearts also, Digimon also. Holy shit. That's really annoying. But not exactly. I've actually seen the prices on where I buy my games, and all of them are under 50 bucks. Like, seriously, all of them. Even Yakuza 5 or Yakuza 0 for end of January is, I think it was 44 euros. And I'm getting an additional 5% discount, so it will be like 43, 42, more like 43 euros. So, that's pretty cool. You know, that's not really expensive. I could just, you know, buy 2 releases a month, if that's the cost. But Digimon World that has to skip. I know Tales of Berseria is not coming out in January. It's coming out in February. Psvita Stella I really want. I'm really looking forward to that game. And Gravity Rush. And Yakuza. What's up, Rafiki? How are you? Yes, I'm super happy about that. Believe it or not. As the low-profile gamer said, only for January, except for Berseria, there's a ton of games coming out. February, tons of games coming out. March, ton of games coming out. April, well, we have nothing. So I was really excited, really happy that they delayed Persona 5. January, February, and March are just stoked with, absolutely stoked with games. It's not normal. It's really not normal. You know, you guys know me, and if you don't know me from the beginning, like, I have witnessed the entire PS3. I know every game that has been released on the PS3. Maybe not out of my mind, but if you tell me a name, I know what the game is. And I have never seen so many games come out in 1 year than next year. For 3 months. And we are already getting games for summer 2017. The end of 2017, we at least have to get like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Days Gone, maybe God of War, maybe the Spider-Man game. So really, the PS3 never had a year like this. I'm gonna give a prediction right now, and you know I am always right. At the end of next year, there will be more PS4 exclusives than the entire exclusive library of the PS3. And that is like 1, 2, almost 3 shelves full. And for PS4, I already have 1.5. And I still need a ton of exclusive games. So, yeah, PS3 definitely, PS4 can have more exclusives at the end of next year. What's up, Invisible Jim? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Ooh. What the? What's that? Hey, finally! A sort of new enemy. Oh yeah, that is the February. And also February is Berseria. I know it. Tales of Berseria comes out in February, not January. No. Yeah. No. No, it's not. It's coming out in February, not in January. Or else I'm really fucked, because Berseria is like one of my most anticipated games. So if that comes out in January, it's gonna be fucked. No. Because I know like January is Yakuza, February was Berseria, and March was Persona. But Persona now is it's April. But for February I'm gonna buy, I hope Toho, but I'm gonna get the American version because it has the second game physical on disc, where in Europe it's gonna be download. I'm gonna buy Neo and Berserk, or Tales of Berseria, and then Berserk I'm gonna wait out. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna wait out for Berserk because then I have been playing Psvita Stella for the PS4, so you know I'm pretty much bumped out then with a South style game. So what's up, Triforce? 27 januari? Wat? Ja, Yakuza 0. Yakuza 0 comes out 24 January. Oh shit, Horizon Zero Dawn also comes out. See? Really, I never had this with the PS3. Never. Freaking never. What am I doing, by the way, here? Oh, wait. Well, Sniper Elite 4 I don't really care about, but Horizon, yeah, Horizon is pretty much. There's so many big games coming out, but Horizon is going to be like the big exclusive for Sony, at least. Yeah, I have to. Hopefully we have at least a couple of months that no significant games are coming out, so I can play the other ones that came out. Level 24, I'm 31, so I guess I'm a little bit over leveled. Yes, activate the puzzle. Portals are actually a pain in the ass. Yesterday I had to look up on Google. Well, actually I got like a YouTube video after that on how I got from have to go here, because I was kind of stuck and I was walking around and like the game wasn't saying where you have to go, so that was kind of annoying. And I was like, fuck it, you know, I have to at least complete the game. So I just checked out on YouTube just a little bit, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what I have to do, and then play further. I think actually this stuff that these guys drop for my weapon or my armor. I'm entirely sure. Well, yeah, guys, Final Fantasy 15. This week or next week, doesn't matter. Finally, after almost 10 years, we're getting the game. After almost 10 years. Holy shit. More than 3,000 days we waited.
Good job.
Holy shit, yeah. Resident Evil 7 comes out in February. Trouwens, Triforce, ik zag dat jij hier de lijn had gehaald, maar die kan je niet eens spelen, je hebt niet eens VR. Je mag het aan mij geven. Well, Resident Evil 7 I'm maybe gonna buy. Because like, in December, I get like, you know, like a bonus for my work. And I get like a second salary. So I have like almost like 3 salaries. So I could theoretically just at least pre-order Resident Evil 7. Because I really want to experience that game on VR. I really do. Like, my VR is not being used that much at the moment, but like Resident Evil is gonna be like the game to buy for the VR. So it will be stupid to wait. Oh wait, what else to do here? Let's get there. Let's go there. No. Seriously. Me? Holy shit, dude. Well, actually, not that much. I see, well, these are like remasters, so I don't give a shit. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 games sealed. That's alright. For more than 150, I think, or 140. And most of them are the limited run games. Like, I got Shantae sealed, you know, One Way Heroic still sealed. I really want to play them, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time. You know, that's why I said I'm gonna stop buying all these games. I want to complete them first. And that is something that I want to say right before you ask me how much games I still have sealed. That if you're waiting for Final Fantasy 15, seriously, but you're interested in this game, my advice is don't actually buy it. Wait until you've completely beat Final Fantasy 15 up until the point that you feel satisfied, and then buy this game. This game, if you get hooked on this game like I am, this game is gigantic. I am not joking. This game is absolutely gigantic in size. So I know that I'm not going to complete this game. You know, I have a couple more days. If the game comes out next week, I at least have another weekend to play this. But I don't think I have enough time. Really. So just complete Final Fantasy 15 or get it cheap, and you know, after you've done that, then you can buy this game and play it. But this game is big. This game is really, really big. Last song is totally different. Like, last song took me about like 50 up to 7. I'm not really sure, but I think it took me like 50 or 70 hours. And that was more because I was grinding a little bit and I was liking the game, but you can pretty much breeze through the storyline in like 40 hours. This game I'm playing for almost 40 hours. I am in third zone. Third zone. Like, seriously, there's like, look at the map. At least here is a zone. Here, 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 maybe here. The developer actually said it will take a player 9,000 hours to get everything in the game. Now, of course, I know that is almost impossible, but he just meant, you know, check out the sheer size of this game. It truly is a MMO, but then just single player. So, if you think like, oh, I'm just gonna buy Sword Art, it's a small RPG, I'm gonna breeze through it up until Final Fantasy 15, don't do it. Don't do it. Wait for Final Fantasy 15 and then play this game. Level 39. You're stuck at 60. Holy shit. I can keep telling you this, but you know, not my my place to say anything, but I'm sure it's really a waste of money. Like, not that it's not cool to have these games, it's just a waste of money. You could easily wait. You could easily wait and have more money in your pocket. I mean, seriously, which games are you actually playing? Yeah. I think I have more Shield games with PS. No, maybe not. Because, like, you know, the PS3, in some way, you could say was really balanced. Like, every month, you had a couple of games coming out, like 1 or 2, sometimes a little bit more. So, you know, that's what I always say. Like, the PS2 days and PS1 days were the best. They were the golden days of gaming. But I did not physically experience it because I was too young, I didn't have money, I couldn't buy anything. So I hadn't really experienced it. Right? I only played the games that my dad bought. But they were really good. My dad had good taste in games. And, you know, for the PS3, I know, as I said, I have witnessed the entire generation. That was like a year before the PS3 came out. I had, you know, my first job that I'm still here, you know, I'm still at that same job. So I could buy all the games that were coming out. So I almost played all the games I have, at least the exclusive ones, and like the RPGs and, you know, all the interesting games. So even though the PS2 and PS1 era was better, I enjoyed the PS3 so much more because I really was playing all these games. And it's fascinating that the PS4 just absolutely beat that. Maybe not in the sheer amount of games that I'm playing, but I'm enjoying the PS4 as I enjoyed the PS2. And that was playing a lot of RPGs because a lot of them are coming out. With the PS3, I remember a lot of times where I was just didn't have anything to play, really didn't have anything to play. And I'm like, okay, let's go to the city and let's try to find a game. But then again, those were the times where I played Burnout Paradise, how awesome that game is, and Dead Space. Dead Space I bought because I didn't have anything else to play. And I remember Angry Joe playing it and saying, oh my god, this game is so awesome. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna buy it too, let's check it out. And oh my god, Dead Space 1 and 2 were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Do you mean like real Japanese? Like from Japan, that are not available in the West, or do you mean all the Japanese exclusives that came out in the West? Because actually today I bought Tears to Tiara, so I need a handful of games, and I have a full Japanese collection for the PS3 that came out in the West. Jeff only? No, hell no. I do want these games, but for Japanese imports, I generally look at, can I play them? You know, are they import friendly? And if they're not import friendly, I am just gonna, you know, wait until a really good price, but I am not really trying to create a full Japanese collection. if I want to do that, I'll be buying a lot more Japanese PS3 games. Because in Japan, a lot of Japanese games came only in Japan. You know, this is one of the first generations ever that almost all the Japanese games are coming out in the West. Like, we're even seeing an increase in visual novels. Aki's Games just announced today that there's another Automo game coming out for Vita. It's pretty much like a visual novel for girls. So it's pretty mind-blowing actually. But no, I am trying to create a full Japanese collection for the West that came out in the West, because I only need a couple. But after that, I'm not really trying to get all the games. I'm just focusing more on PlayStation 4 and just seeing, you know, what's cheap. Also, I'm focusing myself on Japanese Asia releases. Namco Bandai is going to release SD Gundam this week. I'm really trying to, like, should I buy it? Should I not buy it? You know, it's $60. They're gonna be expensive. And it's an RPG. It's an RPG in the world of... It's a tactical RPG in the world of Gundam. It's a really popular franchise. And it has English releases, you know, Japanese Asia. So... I don't think I'm gonna buy it, because it comes out this week. The week for Final Fantasy. But there will be a time where I'm gonna buy it. And those are like before the Japanese releases. So the Play Asia releases are more important than the Japanese releases because they are in English. You know, I can actually play them. What's up, Raspberry Gaming? Really, your PS3 crash? I had a problem with my hard drive, and when I want to install something, at least when I want to download something from PS Plus, it was like downloading a little bit, and then it said, you know, there was like a code, and you cannot download this game. I'm like, what? So I checked that code out on the internet, and it is actually pretty much a... it's because a lot of times I set my system to standby, and when I go to sleep, I put out the power without powering out the system. So it said on Google at least that the hard drive had a malfunction because data is being corrupted every time you put out your power and not put out the console properly. So the only solution was reformat your hard drive. And when I actually wanted to do that, the hard drive crashed. That's really weird. But the Dream Club C I have for the Vita, like, it is almost unplayable without Japanese knowledge. Seriously, it's almost unplayable. I tried it and couldn't figure it out. And that's why I think it's so cool that, you know, that the Japanese Asia games are getting more popular because they actually have English subtitles. You can actually play them. Where the fuck am I? Oh, there I am. Did I get this one? I think I did. Did I? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Time to get the fuck out of here. Oh, level 32. Oh, I'm also level 32. Almost. Where's Freya? Oh, there she is. By the way, for all the Americans, at the moment, the PS4 Pro is $380 or $370 at Amazon and Best Buy. It was actually $360. That was pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. And did you know, it's actually a kind of a funny like tidbit. In Japan, the PS4 Pro is sold out. For already since launch. That's pretty cool. That's interesting. Like, it seems that the Japanese have gone to 4K a lot faster, or Sony underestimated the demand for the Pro. And of course, the PS4 Slim is gonna be $250 at Black Friday. That is an incredible deal. I really think that Sony should have made the Slim $250, but I understand why they did not do it. Because if the Slim would be $250, the Pro would look expensive at $400. Now people are saying, oh, for $100 more I can buy the Pro, why not? And of course Sony wants you to buy the Pro. Did you pick up Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2 yet? No! And that is a really good tip, because that's gonna be the two games. Like, on December I always give myself like a little bit more room to buy games. Because I'm like, you know, I get my work bonus because, you know, I work the entire year. So I think I deserve a little bit more. That's always what I think in December. So I'm gonna buy a gaming chair, because this is a really old one and doesn't really sit well. Like, I want to sit like this, just straight, but I have to like lie down almost. So it's kind of hurting my back a little bit. So I'm gonna buy that, and I think I'm gonna buy like sort of like $100 more for games. So maybe I'm gonna pick up Trails of Legend of Heroes 1 and 2, because those are also the games that are going to be expensive later on, because definitely part 2. I don't see the Legend of Heroes 1 and 2 selling a lot of units, and Japanese games are not selling well on PS3. It's going to be expensive later on, and I don't want to think in 4 years when the games are like $80, like holy shit, I should have bought them 4 years ago. So maybe I'm gonna buy those. Yeah, 65,000 units. That's quite a lot. I think it's a lot, and it's sold out. You know, a lot of people buying 4K because at least making it for 60 frames on Final Fantasy. I'm really curious at how much Final Fantasy is gonna sell. Like on Gamatsu, I had like a huge discussion with people, and I am the only one who actually thinks that Final Fantasy 15 can sell 1 million units in Japan. Nobody thinks that. And if that's the case, if Final Fantasy 15 would sell less than 1 million, it's going to be the worst selling mainline Final Fantasy ever. Like, even Final Fantasy 13 sold like 1.4 million. But they're saying like, oh, but the industry is different and Japan is totally a handheld market, even though the PS3 is selling more than the PS4 is selling more than the PS3. Only by a couple of thousand, but still, it sold more. So it's kind of weird. With kind of information, they are saying that the console market is smaller than it was back to Final Fantasy 13, since the PS4 has sold more. It's really weird. I don't understand that. But I did know that Final Fantasy 13 hardware sales were like almost 300,000. I'm not really sure that PS4 is gonna sell so many units, but I hope not. I really hope Final Fantasy 15 is gonna sell well. I'm really curious. It's really weird why I am curious about hardware sales. It's just that's how I am. I'm curious. I'm also really curious how much the Pro sold in like the United States and you know, in Europe. No, we don't. Well, we do have Black Friday here in Holland, but not only am I not going to buy anything because, you know, that's what I said. I'm really trying to not buy stuff because I bought the PSVR, spent $700 on it that I should not have done. So that's it. And of course, I'm not gonna buy an Xbox. What? If I want to play Gears of War, I can download it on my PC. But the PS4 Slim is going to be $250 with Uncharted. So you get one of the best games this year, and you get the PS4 at $250. That's a really good price. Like, even if you don't want Uncharted, you could sell it for like 25 or 20, and for 220, 230 you get a PS4. That's pretty cool. And the Slim. So that's a pretty good deal. And I'm not really sure that like every Black Friday has a lot of games at really good deals. So, you know, I actually know someone, and he always comments me on Facebook. He actually says that he never buys games an entire year, like nothing. But when Black Friday comes, he spends all his money on Black Friday. And he has like stacks and stacks of games because everything is so incredibly cheap. And I respect that guy. I really respect that guy. Because in my opinion, my gaming heart would never allow me to save up money an entire year to spend in one day. I could never wait for all the games that are coming out. I could never wait. Never. Like a lot of the upcoming games I have to wait, but like the bigger ones I can't wait. What's up, H Brand? How are you? H Brand. I'm desperately trying to beat the game up until Final Fantasy 15 comes out, but I'm not gonna make it. There's a big chance I'm gonna get the game this week, so almost impossible. Oh yeah, holy shit, this summer Final Fantasy 12? Like, that's a big game too. Because I spent like 70 hours with Final Fantasy 12, but I never beat it. Never. Haven't even done like any mini games. Like nothing. I only remember grinding and playing and 70 hours. And it's the Final Fantasy game that I remember the least of. It's just there was a list for PSX, but thankfully Shinobi confirmed it's fake. Ah, Shinobi, I know he's a pretty good leaker. What was the list? Was it that bad? I mean, I would be really surprised if PSX really sucked, because, you know, we've talked about this. It's a Sony only event. It's only for PlayStation, Sony should bring out their big guns, some cool surprises, and they have it in the bag. It would be really stupid of them to fuck it up. But then again, it's still Sony, and they have already shown so much that I think that even they were like, what the hell should we show them? New God of War gameplay? Maybe? Indies? I hope not. At least not too much. Not too much. Indies are awesome, but not too much. You know, I hope that we're gonna see what we're hoping to see, more Japanese games. You know, a bigger support for Japanese games in the West. Hopefully, Sony is also looking at all the games that are coming up and thinking, oh, you know, maybe Japanese games are selling a little bit and maybe we should make a new RPG or we should do something cool. Maybe we should showcase Gravity Rush 2. There's also a 35 minutes of gameplay from the finished version of The Last Guardian. And it's really hard to not look at it, because I checked the forum and people were saying, holy shit, it looks really cool. So, woo, 2 more weeks. The Triforce, a dream that would never happen was Final Fantasy VII and Shenmue and The Last Guardian. And what the fuck did happen in 2015? What happened last year? It is. The dream came true. This is the year, this is the generation of dreams coming true. So who knows? What did you mean? Because I mean, you have the list for PSX, but I mean PSX as in the show itself or just the conference. I mean, Sony's gonna showcase their stuff, at least hopefully. And hopefully like 1 or 2 surprises. You know, people are really like, if Sony would only announce like 1 new game, people are like, oh, 1 new game is disappointing. Really? Like, did you forget all the other conferences? Did you forget that Sony has like a bunch of games coming up? You know, they're not magicians. You know, they don't want to pump out games and make them bad. Or at least I hope that's not what Sony wants. Nobody knows. Like, didn't Capcom say like a couple of months ago that they were still working on Deep Down, but they changed a lot? I think that there are 2 possibilities. Possibility 1 is Deep Down is going to be sort of a Dark Souls clone and not a free-to-play game anymore, and it's going to be multi-platform. Possibility number 2 would be also a pretty good possibility. It's going to be a clone for Dark Souls, but it's going to be in partnership with Sony, since they also did a partnership with Street Fighter. And that maybe like Sony is helping them or, you know, giving them money for it. Or possibility number 3 is it's cancelled and they don't want to talk about it. Devil May Cry 5 Para the Rapper reboot, but very unlikely. Devil May Cry 5 is not unlikely. Para the Rapper though, I mean, is that franchise big enough? to actually warrant a full reboot. Even though like Hatsune Miku is also really popular, but it's so different. I don't know. Like, if Sony still wants to reboot a franchise for the PlayStation 4, it could be like Ape Escape or like Medieval. Now that would be cool. I don't think that Power the Rapper is that popular. Oh yeah, that game, Cyberpunk. Oh yeah, that is a good chance actually. I think there's a big possibility that they're gonna showcase like the first gameplay for Crash Bandicoot Remastered, because you have to realize that this game is gonna be exclusive. It's really weird, but the rights from the original first Crash Bandicoots are actually still with Sony. So Activision cannot remaster Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, 3 and the card game and make them for Xbox. They're still with Sony. It's really weird how that is. But like all other Crash Bandicoot games are the rights for Activision. It's really weird. That's why Sony said at E3, we and our partners at Activision are going to bring back, Crash Bandicoot, because Activision cannot actually make the first 3 games, but Sony doesn't have the right to Crash Bandicoot, so they cannot make the game also. It's really weird. It's really weird. I don't know, man. Like H Brand, like you know a lot of stuff, so I bet you know that Sega also said that they are going to try and please the old school gamers, that they want to be the Sega of the older times. So how are they going to do that? With older franchises people love. And to be honest, isn't it about time we're getting a new Virtua Fighter? Isn't it about damn time? Like the last one was on the PS3? Yeah, that was a long time ago. Pretty much 10 years. So it's about time. Oh, we're stuck here. Yes, but I mean, if Sony is like maintaining the quality, and if Activision actually puts in some work, and like if Sony makes sure that the game isn't flawed, no bugs, or at least no game-breaking bugs, and it feels and plays exactly like the first 3 games, but then with just a really good graphics. Isn't it awesome? I mean, you have to realize that this is on PS1 20 years ago. A lot of younger gamers don't know what Crash Bandicoot is. A lot of younger gamers will look at Crash Bandicoot and think, this graphic sucks, I'm not gonna play it. And now they're gonna play it. So it's really smart from Sony. At a Sony perspective, if they do it right, it's incredible small. Again, it's playing with people's feelings, with nostalgic feelings. They have done it with Shenmue, with Final Fantasy, Not that those games are from Sony, but you know, Sony announced it, so everyone is talking about, oh, Sony this, Sony that. So they're really playing with nostalgic feelings. So you know what would be cool? You know what would be cool? Like a new Siphon filter, like with the gameplay of like the older style Siphon filter games and awesome story and stuff and all those gadgets you had. That would be so cool. I mean, Siphon filter was like the Splinter Cell before Splinter Cell. And I remember Siphon filter on PS1 were actually really big games. I mean, they were really popular. I need to find the teleporter. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, that's 32. Let me see that. Is here the teleporter? Teleporter! Woo! Like, I don't know. And Sony pretty much, you know, because it's a Sony show, would announce Dragon Quest 11, people will be just exploding. Because then you have all of the big RPGs. You know, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy 15, 7, and Dragon Quest. But I think, like, we almost know nothing about Dragon Quest 11. I don't think they're gonna show it. You know what is a possibility? Like a release date, maybe, for Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 1. That could be a possibility. Like, that will be like a dream, but it could happen. Teaser for Yakuza 6, that could definitely happen. But, like, I don't know. Like, Yakuza 0 hasn't come out yet, and a lot of us are saying, you know, hopefully Yakuza 0 will sell well, and then we see Yakuza 6. But then again, maybe Yakuza 5 sold a lot of units, and Sega's like, okay, there's a market for it, and with the help of Sony, we can promote Yakuza 6, and you know, maybe it's gonna sell, but that will be another dream. Like Yakuza 6, I read, because I'm trying not to see anything for gameplay, but I read so many things about it, and it really seems like it's the last Yakuza game pretty much. And it really seems like the best one ever. Like, so much to do. So, I don't know. I think it's too early for Yakuza 6. I think it's gonna be a 2018 release. Like, we're gonna see like Yakuza 0 this year, next year Yakuza 6, or maybe like at the end of the year. That could be too. Since Mountain Blade Warband came out, so many people are asking me for Bannerlord. The developers actually said that they would love to make a console version of Bannerlord. So, who knows? Maybe we're gonna see it. That would be cool. I think it's a really big possibility, because they already announced the specs you have for your PC to run Bannerlord at a minimum setting, and PS4 can easily do that. Like, you have to have like 4 gigabytes of RAM. PS4 has 8. Well, not really 8, because it has like 5 for gaming, still, you know. And it has 5.5 and you know, it's really weird, right? People saying, oh, PS4 has 8 gigabytes. It actually doesn't. It only has like 5 gigabytes for games. So 5.5 on PS4 Pro, but still you need 4 gigabytes to run the game. So Bannerlord could definitely be a big possibility to be announced for the PS4. Yes, I hope so. Square Enix is not on the exhibitor list. They were last year when we got gameplay for Final Fantasy VII. Really? Square Enix is not at a Sony show? That would be weird. Are they not promoting Final Fantasy 15? I don't know. I mean, if Sony and Square Enix wants to keep things a secret, no, that is the case. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, it's a day after my birthday, so how can I not be excited? Is this the one I'm using? Yeah, it has to be. That is true. So maybe we're not gonna see Yakuza, Kingdom Hearts 3. Or maybe we are. I mean, a year is a long time. That's true. Of course, you also have Jump Fest. Valkyria Azure Revolution. I'm not entirely sure if that is a sequel. I think it's a prequel actually, but it is at least in the world of Valkyria Chronicles. But it has a more action RPG gameplay. So I think it's still with commanding units and a war setting, but it plays more like this. You know, actually walking around and fighting. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't seen that much about Valkyria Azure. It's actually also one of the only Japanese games that we don't know anything about. Yeah, it's a new setting in the game, but it's in the world of Valkyria Chronicles. If I'm not mistaken, because of course I can. It's kind of funny to realize that, like, Sega said, you know, we want to please the older fans, we want to be the Sega that everybody loves. And SNK, you know, the creators of King of Fighters and Samurai Showdown also said, you know, we want to create more games. We want to get back into gaming really big, and you know, we want to be SNK like the older days. It's kind of funny. I don't know why all of a sudden there are so many games, and last generation they were not there, but the only explanation that I have is the explanation I have said countless times. You know, the Japanese developers were not ready for the HD era when PS3 and Xbox came out. PS3 was too hard to develop for. 10 years later, they finally moved on. PS4 is a lot easier to program for, and they are finally ready. And we're seeing the developers, in my opinion, back on top. In my opinion. Yeah, it's in the universe of Valkyria. Yeah. Oh, I actually got a new armor. Is that better? I think it's better, actually. I mean, why does it have such a cool name like a galleon armor? And it's so fucking lame. This is lame. What? That's the only thing I have to say about this game. Like, the armors are pretty lame. Like, what is this? I mean, what is this? He looks like a girl. Maybe, like, I'm only level 30, so maybe when you're level 70, you get, like, the super cool armors. But at the moment, you're... Like, this is a pretty cool one. Now, like, a new Samurai Showdown with graphics like, or Blaze Blue, or Guilty Gear. Heaven. Seriously, heaven. That will be so cool. Street Fighter V can redeem itself, but they need a physical release. They need people who buy games physical. They need to know, like, hey, we have a complete version of Street Fighter. Is it ever gonna happen? Maybe not, but that's at least what I think. And they need a better system to get in-game money to buy the characters. Because online, you have to win, number one, and you get 50 points. And you need tens of thousands to get all the characters. That fucking sucks. That is the reason why I'm not playing Street Fighter anymore. I really tried to get the fight money, I tried to get all the characters. I am just not good at fighting games. And I don't want to spend hours and hours trying to train myself to be good. I just want to play the game, and even when I suck at it, I want to at least get a little bit of fight money. But you don't get it. Nothing. So, or you have to make it really easy, or in the best case scenario, in my opinion, is when the game is done, when they're like, this is the end, make a new physical release like Ultra Street Fighter and have all the characters, so that we actually have a Street Fighter game we should have gotten when the game released. I haven't played Street Fighter in a long time. I don't know how many patches there are. I don't know which characters they added. So, you know. Oh, arcade mode is on the way. Like, if you could get fight money in arcade mode, that would be awesome. New Soul Calibur. That is a big possibility, because they shut down the free-to-play Soul Calibur. And right away, people were saying, "Oh, that's because Soul Calibur is new Soul Calibur is on its way." That could be true. I mean, Soul Calibur 5 was Soul Calibur 5 was the last one. That came out a lot of years ago. I actually had like the big special edition. I actually never played it. Well, I did play it like a little bit, but I didn't really got into the game. Don't know why though. Don't know why. I know Soul Calibur is awesome. I should play it more. Yeah, and Namco Bandai is just pumping out games. Like, it's like they have like a water pump, like game. Namco Bandai is, after Limited Run, like the biggest publisher on PlayStation. It's the truth. They have Sword Art, Digimon, Tales of, Naruto, One Piece. They have so many games coming up, like holy shit. And so many games are already released. They only need to release like the strategy games that I will talk about earlier. You know, the Gundam, like the SD Gundam, and you have another strategy game that's coming up in next year. Those are the only games, and a couple of other obscure ones we need, and then you pretty much have every Namco Bandai game they're releasing, and that's a lot. Namco Bandai is actually a big ass developer, like big. Ah yes, Resident Evil 2 remake they were working on. They could show that. Holy shit. Detroit actually could also be like one of the bigger games for Sony next year, like at the end of the year, because I mean, Sony is not afraid for the Scorpio, but of course they want to make sure that, you know, Microsoft is gonna use, oh, we're the most powerful system in the world, and we have 4K at, you know, solid 60 frames or whatever, and they're totally right. And Sony needs to show that, yes, Scorpio has the hardware, but PlayStation is where the games are. Is where you can actually play a dozen games. So Detroit could be one of the late releases next year, or early 2018. I hope they're gonna remake Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 is my favorite. It's actually the only Resident Evil game on PS1 that I completed. Oh, Willie! Hideo Baba! Hideo Kojima and Baba from Yakuza 5. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. Cool. You know, I would love Namco Bandai to stop making PS3 games and to stop making Vita games. I really do, and just focus on PS4 or Xbox One. It doesn't matter what they want to do. Focus on current gen and create a Tales of game that just screams, you know, current gen. I mean, Tales of Berseria, I bet is gonna be a beautiful game. This game is beautiful, but it could easily run on a PS3. You know, it could easily run on PS3. I want to see some good quality Tales of games, like cool quality. Road Redemption. Did you actually know that game? I know Road Rash. But those are like the smaller games I'm gonna buy when they're super cheap. Like Garmageddon, you know, like I love indies, I really do. But I said it a lot of times, like exclusives are number one, then comes Japanese games, and then comes indies. There are too many exclusives and too many Japanese games, and I just almost cannot buy indies besides from limited run. Ooh, look at this. Sucker, what are you doing here? What actually sound? Oh really? They said that? Ah. That could also mean bad stuff. I mean, that is what Square Enix is doing with Final Fantasy. Stepping out of their comfort zone and doing something different. And Tales of is not Final Fantasy, you know, they're not as big. If one Tales game fails, it's the end of their franchise, it truly is. So, I don't know. They could create a Tales of game like this though, where you don't have encounters where you actually go into an encounter, just have a really gigantic map, you know, big storyline, and just have like an action-based combat system like this, like the Tales of battle system, but then just like playing like this. That could be different. But I hope they're not gonna change it up. Or, you know, create something new. As you said, create a new IP. I don't know. What could they create? Like a flight sim or something? I don't know. You know, Namco Bandai has a lot of IPs. And they have a lot of teams working on games, so they have a lot of talent. And talent can make up a lot of awesome stuff. Okay, yeah, I mean, Namco Bandai has a lot of teams, you know, or else they could never pump out so many games. Digimon World comes next out, but like Digimon Cyber Sleuth is a good RPG. I haven't completed it yet because like I'm not really into catching Pokemons. You know, I'm not into that. So I loved Namco Bandai. I loved Digimon for a long time, but I actually got stuck at one quest. I didn't know what to do anymore. I was really stuck. But I don't know. I don't really have the need to like. Oh, that's complete Cyber Sleuth. Even though the game is really good. The game is really good. And again, another Namco Bandai game. I was really impressed. Like the game looks good. Like, it is original a Vita game, and the game looks really good on PS4. So I was really impressed. But Digimon is not really on my priority. You know, I mean, it's a game I wanna buy, I wanna try, I wanna play when it's cheap. Oh wait, we haven't... I always forget to activate those crystals. Yeah, isn't Digimon World more like like... What I read is that your Digimons can also grow old and die. Like there's a time system in the game. Because people are saying it is different than, like, it's not like a real RPG where you have a storyline and you go forward. It's more like a world to explore, but I'm not really sure if I'm correct. Because again, you know, I don't know almost anything about Digimon. Like, Digimon Cyber Sleuth is my first Digimon game ever. Well, you? That's gonna be hard for you. But I understand that, it's hard for me too. I mean, I bought like 3 games today, even though they were extremely cheap. And I get them for my birthday. But still. Yes, that game is still coming out. It's coming out physical. And I think it's coming out next year. And that is also a indie game. Isn't it an indie game that I'm looking out for a lot? I hear a lot of good things about Kingdom Come Deliverance. But, like, so many Western games this generation has, at least multi-platform has been disappointing. Like, even the Watch Dogs 2, so many, you know, issues, so many frame rate problems. I mean, you know, I said that so many, all the Western multi-platform games are going to be at the end of the generation when I have nothing else to buy more, when PS5 is digital only, and maybe I'm gonna buy them. Maybe part 2 is coming, who knows? But I mean, I do like getting new IPs more than getting sequels. Because, like, that's why I never understood why people like Pokemon so much, because, in my opinion, like, all the Pokemon games are the same. you have the same Pokemons, you have the same battle system, you have the same sort of world. I don't know, you know, it will be the same as playing Final Fantasy VII, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will get boring, at least that's what I think. I understand that they add extra Pokemon, so the storyline is different, I guess. But isn't the core gameplay the same? Don't you have Charizard and Pikachu and I don't know which type of Pokemons there are? But aren't they all the same? So doesn't every Pokemon feel more like an upgrade? And after all these years, people still like that? I don't know why. You know, I have nothing against Pokemon, but I never understood the awesomeness about it. I mean, I played Pokemon Go for like a month, and I got bored. I'm like, okay, I have enough. Enough Pokemon. Well, Triforce, there is almost like 99% chance that the PS5 is going to be digital only. Like, there is actually a, who was that? There was someone from the NPD who actually done research at how big digital sales are for consoles. It is only 30%. So 70% of all the games that are being purchased are physical games. You would be stupid if you all of a sudden, like 3 years later, would make a digital only system. They're not gonna do that. But the system after that, the PS6, if it ever comes out, physical only, digital only, I mean, that is 10 years from now, that could be a possibility. That could be a really big possibility that PlayStation 6 will or never happen, or will be digital only, and that is indeed the time that I'm gonna stop buying the new gens. I know, I mean, you know, on all the gens, like Namco Bandai is making a lot of games from the same IPs. You know, like this Sword Art game, for example. I mean, it's really cool. But if like next year another one comes out that plays the same like this one, would I enjoy it as much as I am enjoying this game? Probably not. Probably not. Because it feels the same. Or if they change it up completely, like in Lost Song, you know, that changed up completely. That's you know, it's in the same world, but it's a different game. So I do hope that. What's up, Anthony Adams? For Honor, I am excited for Honor. I really am. That is definitely my type of game. But Namco Bandai, or I mean Ubisoft, isn't really a good developer. They are actually pretty bad. So, you know, I am not getting my hopes up that For Honor is going to be a game without game-breaking bugs, without frame rate issues. It's gonna be Watch Dogs all over again. A lot of bugs, a lot of frame rates, you know, 10 gigabytes of patches. I hope not, but that's what I think. What's up, World End? Yeah, when console's gonna be digital only, I'll just stick with whatever we have. PS5, PS4, PS3. Then I can finally play all of the games. Because, to be honest, you know, if I would stop gaming now and just play what I have, I could play my entire life games. I have so much stuff to play. So much stuff. But we're gamers, and we always want the newer stuff. It's just, you know, that's just in us. We want the newer stuff. But yeah, if PS5 will be digital only, that's the end. Like seriously, that's the end. I don't care what Sony thinks, that's the end. Don't care what games coming out, it's the end. I will never support digital only. Never. Project God Eater. I mean, but God Eater, isn't that like gonna be like not like a reboot, but visually, you know, the main system is gonna be PS4, so it could be a really beautiful game. I don't know, you know. That's pretty Phil, yeah. But you can also see it in a different way. Like, Ubisoft wants to have less story in their game and more gameplay. You know, you can take interviews and statements like that in a lot of different ways. But coming from Ubisoft, it pretty much means more games that are gonna suck. Good job. Well, no, but you know, you can always hope for the best. I mean, Ubisoft was a good developer on the PS1 and PS2 days. They created a lot of good games. They really did. So, you know, I'm still waiting for Beyond Good and Evil to come out for the PS4 because I hear so many good things about it. I have it on PS2, but I'm just waiting for the better version to come out so I can finally play that game and I know why it's so good. Oh really? That would definitely suck. I hope Ubisoft is learning, because Watch Dogs 2 came out broken, frame rate issues, dozens of patches. Rayman's pretty cool. Ubisoft also made Child of Light, so Ubisoft has great potential to be an extremely good developer. They are just fucking it up themselves by trying to rush games or not properly testing them out. You know, they should have a testing team testing out their games for issues. But it seems that a lot of developers don't have that anymore. And that sucks. That's what I heard. And the Division is online only. You know, online required. Why? Why can't you just not play in single player and have a team of NPCs playing with you that you can also, you know, upgrade with gear and stuff? Why online only? That's the reason why I haven't bought it. I am not interested in it at all. It's online only. I don't give a fuck. Same with Battlefront. I don't give a fuck about online only stuff. I don't give a shit. Even though I really want to buy Battlefront, because Battlefront is an awesome game. I really want to buy it. I really hope that the Ultimate version, you know, at least have the patch. Because they patched the game up to be not online required anymore, so you can also play it offline with bots. But if the patch is not on disc, then no reason for me to buy it. And that would suck, because the game is pretty cool. Wait up. Wait up 5 seconds. Like a friend of mine, she says, next week you're getting old. What? Why the fuck do you say that? Why? Why? Okay. Like hour and a half, and I am 3 areas further into the game, and I have an hour left of gaming, and then I have to go to bed, sleep, and hope better for tomorrow. I cannot play because tomorrow my friends of course are coming, so that goes into the pot of no, can do. So I lose another day. Another day closer to Final Fantasy. Sephiroth! It's not with Sephiroth. Shut up. Ah, Prince of Persia. I played the last one on PS3. That one was pretty good. Also a good-looking game. But I don't think it sold well. That's why they stopped making it, and I'm not really sure. I do know that on PS2, those games are awesome. Oh, really? So, with Dragon Ball Age Game of the Year Edition, everything is like with codes. Because I have the normal Dragon Age. I mean, is that game broken at launch? I'm not even sure. I haven't played Dragon Age. I do want to play it, but again, like a big RPG.
Good job.
You know, I would rather play Japanese games. Tennis games? Tennis? Ah, that sucks. I know that Far Cry also had. I really don't understand the mindset of developers thinking, oh wait, we're gonna announce a complete edition for a game, but it's not gonna be complete because you have to download everything. Why would you release it if you still have to download everything? That is not a complete edition. It's, to be honest, the same with Battleborn, the same with Overwatch. Why would you spend money on a physical version knowing that if the servers go offline, and they will, you cannot play the game? Same with Need for Speed. If the servers goes down, you cannot play your game. You can show it, oh look, I have Need for Speed, but, you know, I cannot play it. Who gives a fuck? You have such a collection with all types of games you cannot play. Yay! And some people actually are like, oh, I don't give a shit, I don't care. Like, are you fucking mental? Are you stupid? Like, are you throwing away your fucking money? Sometimes, like, casual gamers can piss me off, like, really piss me off. Like, are you fucking stupid? No, I have not played South Park, Stick of Truth. I have heard that it's a really good game. Like, extremely funny, good gameplay, and so that's why I didn't understood the hype for the new South Park when they announced it at E3. I'm like, why are you talking about South Park so much? But it seems that the first one was really good. Most Western Game of the Year editions have DLC codes. You know, it's stupid. Like, the only one I remember that doesn't have that, to be honest, is like Bloodborne. Bloodborne has everything on disc. Dark Souls 2 has everything on disc. Hopefully Dark Souls 3 at some point in time. And The Witcher. The Witcher has all the patches, all the DLC, all the expansions on disc for the complete edition. That is how you re-release a complete edition. Being complete. Everything on disc. Or else I will just buy, you know, a really cheap normal version and get the season pass or whatever if I really want to download the content. So it fucking sucks. And you know, that's why gamers like me, we have to put in hours of research trying to find out, oh, is this game broken at launch? Can I play it? Is it online only? The Game of the Year editions, does everything have on disc? Is it codes? This and that. It's really annoying. And one of the reasons why I just don't give a fuck about Western multi-platform, like exclusives, I give a fuck. But as of now, Sony has showed that they really care about quality. To get another order or another drive club release broken games, they are really, you know, flat, and you see that. And not that the order was broken, but you know what I mean. Well, all the other like multi-platform crap, I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a shit. When will Warner Bros. Announce a Superman game? I have no idea. Who is Damian Wayne? Because, you know, I don't check out comics, so I have no idea. I mean, I know who Superman is and Batman and stuff. That's it. I'm gonna get something to drink, by the way. Wait up. Wait up! Something to drink. Oh, Damien is Batman's kid. Okay. Okay, didn't know that. Oh yeah, Injustice 2. Like, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat does Game of the Year Edition right. Because if my research is clear, Mortal Kombat XL has everything on disc. At least the characters on disc. And the other features. That's actually one of the games I still want to buy. Like the original Mortal Kombat X was pretty good already, but with extra DLC it was pretty cool. Same with Injustice, the first one, also has everything on disc, pretty cool. I'm looking forward to Injustice 2. Injustice is actually one of the rare games I'm like, holy shit, this is a pretty cool game. You know, you have comic book characters, but it's a really good fighting game. I'm not gonna buy it at launch though, just like almost every fighter, gonna wait till it's cheap. Did you know that a new Blaze Blue, I can buy it for like 34 euros. It just came out like a week. It's finally cheaper. Fighting game for 60 bucks is just way too much. Oh, microtransactions? Oh man, that fucking sucks. Like a fighting game with microtransactions. Didn't they learn from Street Fighter V that stuff like that doesn't work? People hate it. Or if you can at least get it like in game, you know, when you fight you get points and you can buy stuff. There is a wall. Oh, the wall's gone. I knew that. Of course I knew that. Did I get the... I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I did. Oh no, I didn't. Oh. Why didn't you do that? Klaudkil? I don't know, bitch. I have no idea. You know which game I'm also looking forward to that people are forgetting? Ni no Kuni 2. And Level 5 actually announced that Ni no Kuni 2 is going to have world building, because the story now is that you're playing like a king, or at least like a kid that is going to be a king, and I bet he has to like rebuild his kingdom, so I'm interested. I hope though that Ni no Kuni 2 is a more mature game. Like Ni no Kuni was a lot of fun to play, but the really childish characters just after like 40 hours put me off. I'm like, I'm done with this. So I hope it's a little bit more mature, but I'm definitely really looking forward to it. Because Ni no Kuni 2, Ni no Kuni 1, say what you want to say, is one of the only PlayStation 3 games that really have this old school Japanese feel. Tekken 7 comes out next year. I'm not really sure when, but it's coming out. It's maybe going to be one of the only fighting games I'm gonna buy at launch. Because Tekken, you know, I played Tekken 3 back on PS1, you know, Tekken is always a good game. Yeah. That will be awesome. I hope we will still have the world map though. I mean, that was so cool. Like, an old school world map, that was so cool. You know, in that regard, I really like Ni no Kuni. It really had this old school feeling. It's such a shame because like Level 5 actually made a lot of good RPGs back in the PS2 days. Where are they now? Where are all these RPGs? Where is Rogue Galaxy and Dark Claw? You know, games like that are so cool. Why are they not making it anymore? I don't know why. Even I like Why Not Chronicle. I love that game. Also one of the only games, one of the few games that had that old school RPG feel. And at least the story. I think I beat the storyline like 2 or 3 times. I really liked it, and I love the music. I love the world. I really liked Why Not Chronicles. I really liked it. Ask Yoshida. I always ask things. I also always fill in polls. Like sometimes there's like a developer that asks you to answer questions like, you know, which systems do you have? Which games do you play? I always do that. Because I'm like, I don't give a shit. You know, maybe they don't give a shit what I say, but still I always say, you know, RPGs, this and that, older games. Then Sega had a poll and like all their older IPs were #1. That was kind of funny.
間違いない。この先にボスが待ち構えている。ジェネシスが倒したのはフェイクで、そいつを倒せばきっと攻略を進める。よし、一旦町に戻って。
Ooh, am I finally going to Area 4? I think I am. Yep, I am. That is cool. Finally. Finally, it's happening to me. No, an hour of talking. No.
さてと、アルゴにはステージボスのことを伝えたから、あとはみんなに連絡して。
Okay. I'll drop a hint at Argo and gather the team. We can do this.
聞いたかよ、黒の剣士。一人で高難度クエストをクリアしまくってるってやつだろ。
ジェネシスの話。
その前は確かステージボスをトップランナーよりも早く見つけ出して倒しちまったんだよな。正直この
今やどこもジェネシスの噂でも。
いや、エゲルに
あちこちで聞くよね、あの人の噂。
そりゃそうだろうな。始まったばかりのこのゲームであいつの実力は一日のほとんどをここで過ごしているコアな奴らですら全くもってかなわないって状況だ。
Maybe. I mean, Sony is spending a lot of money. I mean, they are making a lot of games. I mean, how much do you think Days Gone and God of War is gonna cost, and Spider-Man? You know, and then they had Last Guardian finally finished. Gravity Rush 2. Sony is making a lot of games. But, yeah, they need to reassure every year that newer games are coming out. They shouldn't stop, you know.
そこまで。
にしてもあの人の噂を聞くたびに黒の剣士っていう名前が出てくるの、どうにかならないかも。
この世界で黒
とはいえ俺たちサバイバーにしてみりゃ やっぱ釈然としねえよな。
そういえば攻略のトップランナーだった何人かが引退したらしいぜ。活躍の場を奪われた挙句こうまで噂が広がったらえげつないな、黒の剣士。あ、
プレイヤーとしての
SAO の黒の剣士だってかなり嫌われていたと思うけどな。
それはわざと嫌われるように振る舞ったから。
アスナ
SAO のベータテスターが多くのプレイヤーたちから敵意を向けられた時、君はそれを黒の剣士という名前にはそれだけの重みがある。
同じ呼び名でも本質はまるで俺たちの知っている黒の剣士ってのは人のことを思えさあ、これからバトルのジェネシスが倒したっていうボスの他にもう一体。
もうアルゴさんがボス討伐の募集を始めてくれてるよ。これで新しいエリアへの道が開けばプレミアちゃんのクエスト、あの子のためにも。
ああ、そうだな。
Maybe Mistwalker, yeah. Even though Mistwalker made games for Xbox and Wii, it will be weird if they skip out on PS4. You know, it's a small developer. They need a maximum amount of exposure and sales. And what system is there to sell games than PS4 at the moment, at least? Or 3DS? Okay, let's try see if we can upgrade stuff. Ooh, holy shit, that is a long list of stuff I did, of quests I completed. Because I am awesome. Why do I got 0 XP though? Oh, now I got XP. Level up? Almost. Okay, Mark's Street. Let's see if I can upgrade my stuff. Near Adama! Isn't that the game coming out January or February also? Yeah, they're making a lot. They're really making sure that they are the system to play on. And that is all because PS4 is pretty much making the most money for Sony. I mean, almost nothing is making money except for PlayStation. So they're, just like someone said yesterday, they're gonna milk the PS4 dry. They are going to make sure they make as much money as they can with the system. And the way of making money is making sure that people buy the hardware, people buy their games. So make sure that you are the definite console to have. Still not. Well, I do have 2 though. Oh no, I have none. Required 2. I have nothing. Also. Oh yeah, I got new coats. Iron ore. Nope, cannot upgrade anything. I'm gonna check out which one looks good though. Lane. Ooh, this one looks alright. Lane. Now this one looks cool, finally! This is a cool armor. Mithril plate. That's a cool armor. But this one is so much better at the moment. See, this game is really all about grind. I need to grind and farm iron ore. I'm not gonna do that now though. I'm gonna sell the stuff that I don't care about. Oh, wait, check that out. Ooh, mithril leggings. Yeah, Sony is done with overpriced hardware. They really learned their lessons with that. And Microsoft, I mean, it all depends how much Scorpio is gonna cost. If it's above 500, Microsoft is gonna know why Sony is not doing it anymore. The console industry, the casual industry is not spending $600 on a system. They just don't have that money. They don't want to spend it. No. It's not better. Nope. Nothing is better. So, who did that? Carbon weapon. Look at that. It's a cool helm though. But that's the only helm at the moment. What? This is pretty cool. Holy shit, that's a cool armor. Why are all the lame ass armors? Oh wait, this armor is actually higher than the one I have now. Why are the lame ass armors better than the ones I have now? This game's weird. Oh well, whatever. Okay, let's fuck up the boss so we can finally check out the new area. Yeah, I mean, a lot of Japanese developers, you know, got onto the Xbox 360, and I remember that Microsoft actually had a program for Japanese developers that, you know, they would help them finance the game on Xbox and help them promote it. They were really pushing Xbox 360 to be successful in Japan, and for a little while it actually worked. They were actually selling a lot of consoles in Japan. But then the PS3 took off, you know, and that's it. Pretty much. But they did try it. What's this though? Collar Lake. Okay. Lost Planet was a pretty hyped game though. I have it for the PS3, never played it. A raid battle. Finally, new area. Took me only 40 hours. Look at these guys. They have super awesome armor, and I have like bitch of armor. I'm ready. The Onimusha fence. Fight the boss. Ooh. Okay. The second one I did play. There was indeed a lot of co-op. The first one I only saw a little bit of my brother playing it, but that's like it. Yeah, the second one was totally different. At least that's what they said. A lot of people didn't really like Lost Planet 2, and almost everyone hated Lost Planet 3. I never played it. I bought the game like for $8. It's still sealed. But I actually like Lost Planet 2. I think it was a pretty cool game. But it definitely was made for co-op. Why does his soundtrack give me a deja vu? I think I've heard it somewhere. I think I'm definitely overpowered, over-leveled, too strong gear for this guy, for this boss. Pretty easy, or just the boss is really easy. Okay, could be true. no difficulty with the boss. I haven't played Hollow Fragment, but against last song, this one is 10 times better. This is a proper RPG. This is a gigantic game, absolutely gigantic. I am now 40 hours, more than 40 hours into the game, and I am just now at my 4th area. I just beat the 3rd boss. So, if you want a extremely long, and I'm talking about 200, 300, 400 hours game, then this is your game. Last song was also pretty good, but not as good. This is like a really good game. It's also, it looks beautiful. It's a really good looking game. I have almost all the RPGs on PS4, and this is by far the best one. And World of Final Fantasy was the best game, best RPG this gen on PS4, and this one actually beats it. This one's better. Yeah. The E3 of 2006, holy shit. People are still laughing at that. The giant enemy crab, Ridge Racer! Holy shit, Sony fucked that up. Sony really fucked it up.
本当に隠しボスを見つけたときはびっくりしちゃったよ。
The game looks awesome. I can't wait what the new area is gonna look like. There is an extremely big amount of reading though. Like you're seeing right now. Oh my fucking god, there is so much reading.
プレミアちゃんのためだもんね。簡単には。でも本当に良かったです。クエストを続ける。ボス討伐ご苦労。
やあ、アルゴ。
ああ、解放されているのを確認してきたぞ。攻略が続けられそう。コンテンツが停滞して新鮮な情報がなくなると、それにしても希望、今や真のトップランナーとして周りから絶賛の嵐だな。
プレミアのクエスト攻略を続けたかっただけなんだけ
ど。普通なら誰もが見落とすはずさ。あそこで騒いでいるやつだけじゃなくてね。
冗談言ってんじゃねえ。ボスを倒してもヒントすら出なかったんだぞ。
そんなこと言われても実際くそ。
ジェネシス。
Okay, I never played Hollow Fragment. I have heard that this game is sort of the same, but better. So if you're used to, I'm used to watching a lot of text, but this is a lot of text. A lot.
ああ。
なんで先があるって気がついたんだ。
別に気がついたわけじゃない。
終わらせたくない。
何のために攻略をしているか。その自分のためか人のためかっていう違いでな。
誰かのために攻略で哲学のつもりかよ。この世はもっと単純だ。お前らにもそう。
Yeah, $599. Man, that was such a giant mistake. Because they used a cell processor that cost them billions of dollars. They should have never made it. I mean, the cell processor if I'm not mistaken, is faster than the processor on the PS4, but just maybe too powerful for its time and too complicated. An earthquake in Japan. There are a lot of earthquakes in Japan.
メンツを潰されて、まあ気にするな。
Or is it like a big one?
だな。俺たちはあくまでプレミアちゃんのクエストクリアが最優先だ。
Let me check it.
No.
Really? That will be weird. Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, that's what he said. I remember that. I mean, in some way, the PS3 was, at that time, compared to like a supercomputer, like the PS3 was a really strong piece of hardware. You know, it was really strong, but the bullshit Sony was saying, like, oh my fucking god. I hope to God that they do not get that arrogant ever again.
俺こいつは1コルしかよこさねえクエスト NPC。そういやあいつこのモブを連れ歩いてやがわざわざ連れ回すってことは何か。
He's gonna be the evil guy. Yeah. So I read about Japan. Indeed, another earthquake. Well, I did remember that I actually saved up to buy the PS3, but at that time I was going out a lot. So I said to myself, nah, I'm not gonna buy the PS3, I'm gonna wait. What I said with the PS4 too. But when the PS3 launched, it was like itching. It was my fingers were itching, and so I said to my best friend, I'm like, I'm gonna buy the PS3. Are you coming with me? And we went to the city. We searched everywhere. Everything was sold out. And there was only one store that had one system. I was so happy. It was from someone who pre-ordered the system, but he didn't came to pick it up. So the store owner was like, yeah, he's not coming. I'm just gonna sell it to you. Holy shit. But I bought it with resistance, And my friend, he bought another controller so we could play together. Even though that game wasn't with two players, or was it? I don't think it was actually. I think it was one player only. Why did he buy the second controller? I don't know. Because I bought for it. Or could you play with two player? Now I want to know. Wait up, I'm going to check it out. Now I want to know is why did he actually buy it? That was actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of weird. Oh no, see? Yeah, you could play the two players. So, but I remember like first playing Resistance, like, oh my god, this is awesome! And I still think the first Resistance is the best one. Storyline wise, you really try to show you a world where, you know, there's an alien invasion going on in a mature way, and it was really cool. I really liked it. I really liked the storyline of Resistance. Resistance 2 went another direction. Then Resistance 3 came back into the first direction. But Kutaragi was totally weird. Yeah. Kutaragi also said that, you know, Sony is the one who says the next generation is coming, because the Xbox 360 already, you know, came out, was already on the market, but they said no, we are the ones who's gonna say the next generation has, you know, has started. I'm like, what? It was really weird. But back in the day, I was like a total PlayStation fanboy, so I didn't see how stupid Sony actually was doing.
二人揃って
ちょいと野暮用でな。
それって確か
ついでにその近くにあるレストランでラーメンらしき食い物が食えるらしいから行ってみようと思ってよ。
Like only 2 games, that's not a lot, but Resistance was a really good game, also a pretty big one, and Motorstorm was actually the better game. Actually. Because I remember playing the demo of Motorstorm, and I was extremely amazed at how good the game looked. It's kind of weird. But I was really amazed, like, oh my god, look at the graphics, look how good it looks, it's so awesome. I still think that Motorstorm, Sony should really make a new Motorstorm in the veins of Pacific Rift and the original one. Like, Motorstorm Armageddon kind of sucked. I really did not like the city scene, but for Pacific Rift, I mean, Pacific Rift is, I played that for dozens of, seriously, dozens and dozens of hours. I loved Pacific Rift. And I bet that if I would play it right now, I would still be playing it for hours. I loved Pacific Rift. But Armageddon, I played it a couple of times and I'm like, no.
そこじゃねえか。
ああ、間違いね
え。列ができてるってことは味に期待ができそうだな。
その代わり。
なに？この程度の列、SAO を買うため。どうした？
ほら。
お、プレミアちゃんじゃねえか。
こんなところもある。
そういえば前も街のはず。
そうだ。プレミアちゃんも誘う。
果たして NPC の
それ以前にラーメンを知らなそうだけどな。おい、プレミア。
Yeah, the first 2 years of the PS3, they sucked. I mean, those were the years I started buying multiplayer. I said with the PS3, I said to myself, I am only going to buy exclusives. I don't know why I said that. Up until I realized, shit, there's like almost nothing coming out. Like at that time, we knew about Uncharted, and I think it was like Untold Legends, and they said it fucking sucked. So I'm like, I'm not gonna buy that. And the only big upcoming game was like Uncharted. But nobody knew what Uncharted was. It looked alright, but I wasn't expecting too much. So then I started buying, I bought the Orange Box, I bought Burnout, Dead Space, eventually, because I'm like, I want to play something, damn it. But after like the Slim when the Slim came out, then it started to roll. Then you have Motorstorm Pacific Rift coming out, or already came out. Uncharted 4. You had Mod Nation Racers, Heavy Rain. There were just games and games coming out. That's where Sony really. I think that Sony really realized that, hey, it's not about the hardware, it's about the games. It doesn't matter that you have good hardware, it's about having good games and people will buy it. And I think they're still thinking that, they're still doing that, they're still pumping out games, because that is why people will buy a PS4 for, to buy the games, to play the games on. And if Sony wants to still be on top, if Sony wants PS4 to still sell even when Scorpio is already out, they need to show that there is a lot of games coming out that you want to play and that is not playable on anything else.
VR じゃ喫茶店を経営しているんだもんな。
大丈夫。コーヒーと酒の味に関しちゃ VR はまだまだだからよ。
どうだった？初めての
美味しかった。
よかった。
それにしても
こう見えてプレミ気に入ったならまた一緒に食べに来よう。
食事。
どうしたんだよ。よく一緒に食べているじゃないか。
Oh no, Lair sucked. I mean, holy shit, I remembered Lair. Lair was like, oh my god, it was hyped. Sony was hyping Lair up. I was hyping Lair up. I was like, oh my god, this looks awesome. And to be honest, the first level was awesome. The first level, when the first time you played the first level in Lair, you're like, oh my fucking god. This is awesome! And then you finally are, being pushed back in smaller corners, and the motion control doesn't work, and the battle system doesn't really work, and god damn it. I did buy, my dad actually bought Lair. Warhawk though, Warhawk was awesome. Warhawk did not suck. No. Warhawk was extremely cool to play. Also because you could play with 4 players and then go online. I actually had a lot of times friends over, and my brother, even my sister, we were all playing Warhawk. We were like driving a tank, and me and my brother, we were really good at the airplane. We were really good at skyfighting. We were really good at it. And also something we were really good at is my brother, he could actually, with a tank, could shoot down airplanes from the ground. That was pretty cool. Like, it was really weird to watch. He could really easy shut down airplanes from the sky, like bam, bam, and then I was in a machine gun. I actually at one of the first gaming expos here in Holland, there was a tournament for Warhawk. I won it. I was number 1. Look, I'm gonna do it again. I was number 1. That felt really cool. That felt really cool. I'm like, I won, bitches. I was really good at Warhawk. It was awesome. But online only. You know, one of the first times that, you know, years later I want to go back. I actually bought all the DLC for it. And I'm like, what? I cannot play it anymore. Servers are offline. And that really sucked. I'm like, fuck. Because I remembered the teaser they showed for Warhawk. That you saw the giant carrier and all those airplanes. Like, oh my god, this is gonna be a super awesome single player Star Wars Battlefield shit. And it didn't really, you know, came out that way. But I would love to see like a Warhawk on PS4 with single player and with multiplayer with bots, so you can also play it offline. But that would be really cool. Warhawk had really great potential to be extremely good. And Warhawk was really, I loved Warhawk. But maybe I loved Warhawk so much because there was nothing else to play. Heavenly Sword. I may be one of the few people who actually loved Heavenly Sword. I liked Noriko. I still hope that Sony's gonna give it another shot with Heavenly Sword 2. Even today, the game is like one of the best looking games on the PS3. Especially the facial animation was really good. And one of the last battles where you had thousands or hundreds of enemies on screen, that was cool. That was cool. So I liked Heavenly Sword. I liked it. It was short, but it was okay. You know, it was a good game. It didn't deserve all the hate, but it wasn't as good as Sony was showcasing it. Again, the motion controls suck. Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction was also really cool. I love Ratchet & Clank, and it's so funny to see that the reboot of Ratchet & Clank on PS4 is a great success for Sony. Sony themselves said it, that it's selling a lot of units, and because of the price and because the new Ratchet & Clank is a good game. I played Folklore a little bit. I played Folklore up until you got into the area where there's a war going on, and that's where I stopped. I don't know why. Most of the times I stopped playing on PS3 because something else came out or I was just bored. But Folklore was a really good game that I remember. Also a game that's going to be really expensive later on. What's new armor? I got a new armor. The Wanderer. Does that sound cool? The Wanderer. Like, it has a lot more strength and defense. But look at this, seriously. What the fuck is this for a gay shit? What the fuck? Not that I care about gays, but still, it's a gay shit. Look, this is so much cooler. But theoretically, this one is a lot stronger. And it's just, you know, this is level 7. This is not even. Now this, it's even better than this one. Oh man, why? Why? Why, I tell you? Did I get more though? Didn't I get something else with it? Oh, I didn't. Bro. Stupid armor? Oh, level 33. Yay. Welcome to my league. Well, I'm trying to do it, but like I don't have the order for. I haven't even done anything, so what's the fun? Good for that bitch. Okay. And we're gonna just check out a new area because can't do anything else. Can't upgrade. Ooh, don't forget the quest.
さあ、2階のフィールドに突入だ。
Yeah, man, the Xbox 360 did outsell the PS3 for quite a long time. I think it wasn't up until the Slim came out and the price was 300 that the PS3 or 400, 3 or 400, and the PS3 really started to massively outsell the Xbox 360, and it took them years to catch on. Oh, a desert area now.
見渡す限りさ。
ま
大丈夫かな。
ヒントがないのも事実だし、周りを見るためにも。
ねえ。誰もあえて。
どうぞ。
熱くない？ああ、そう思わないようにしてた。もうダメ。
まあ。
ゲームなのに防具脱いじゃおうかな。
それは目のやり場じゃなくて、いざ戦闘になった時危ないからやめてくれ。
でもストレアがそういうのもわかるよ。
こんなフィールドだって思わなかったから飲み物の
実は僕我慢できなくてさっきポーションを1本飲んじゃった。あ、それいいや。
みんなおかしくなり始めてる。
俺は自分を信じるぜ。振り向く。うわ
戻ってきた。ほんの
それどころじゃね
え。新しいフィールドの初バトルか。
動いたらもっと熱くなる。でもここまで来てやられ。
よし行くぞ。クライン。
Seriously?
わっしゃ。よし、討伐か。
みんな
ダメージを回復したいけどポーション全部飲んじゃったか。
全部飲んじゃったのか。
1本飲んだらもう1本飲みたくなっちゃう。ユウキ、私のあげるよ。でもこれ以上戦闘が続くとなると
戦闘があることを考えたら
Really? I just wanna play. Ah, finally. Ooh, desert. Actually defend. You didn't even know that. Flaming scorpions. The tables have definitely turned, but Like, if Sony would have done it right, you know, if the PS3 would be like $400, PS3 would be, you know, maybe not as big as the Wii. Nobody knows. You know, it's a different timeline, but the PlayStation 3 would have been the leader, at least against the Xbox. You know, the PS3 would have been selling hotcakes if it was like $400 at launch. And Sony didn't fuck it up. You know, coming from the best-selling system of all time, then being like the underdog, you have to do something stupid. That's what they did. Just like Microsoft did something extremely stupid. But the thing is, Sony, you know, PlayStation is maybe a bigger name than Nintendo right now. So it doesn't matter, you know, if Xbox One would have done, you know, good. Worldwide, it will still have been outsold. Now it's just that even in the main turf, no, even in America, it's being outsold. So, you know, Xbox is doing extremely bad. I mean, right now it's doing pretty good. At least 4 months they've won a little bit, but that's pretty much gone now with, you know, the PS4 Pro coming out. Where is it there? Oh, 34. High potion. So this reminds me so much of White Knight Chronicles, like the desert part. Wow, so weird. Ooh, there's sort of a castle. Yeah, holy shit, I definitely remembered a lot of songs. You had like Sony The Empire Returns and stuff, and you know, the Xbox Strikes Back. That was really weird. There was like someone who had like he was pretty popular back then. He had a name for Sony fanboys. I'm not really sure what it was. Wasn't it like the Sony Nation? That guy was like always supporting Sony, always defending PlayStation. And I remember you had like a song. It was so funny. When Uncharted 2 and Killzone like had really good reviews, this guy made like a song for it, and it got pretty popular. Like, what? There was still a guy though. There was one popular guy on YouTube, but he's like an extremely Xbox fan, but in a way of he's just bullshitting. He's like saying, oh, you know, Xbox has more games and Xbox is a stronger console, it's selling more. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's almost like he's just an idiot. He's just, you cannot reason with that guy. Like, seriously, you cannot reason with him. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Isn't he called like General something? General blah blah blah? What an idiot. Like really, like I'm an idiot, but he's like a big idiot. It could be Ghost at MLD. I don't know, it's some idiot. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like die-hard Xbox fan. I'm like, that goes a little too... And he's actually like, I think he's my age. And I'm like, you know, people say that I'm a PlayStation fan, you know, always, you know, trying to defend Sony, always just talking about Sony being the best because they are the best. But I can at least, you know, give credits where credits are to be given with both Microsoft and Nintendo. Definitely Nintendo. And I still respect Xbox. I don't respect Microsoft. Microsoft sucks. But I respect Xbox and the developers, you know, Gears of War and Halo. I bet they're good games. It's just that, you know, I'm not gonna buy a system for 2 games that I can also play on my PC. You know, the times that I'm a huge fanboy and absolutely defending everything a company does, those days are gone. I'm 29, you know, not 16 or 12. Those were fun times though, don't get me wrong. There were thirsty hunter planes. What? Someone is thirsty? Yes, General MLD. That's the guy. General MLD. Oh my god, what a fucking idiot. Oh, what a fucking idiot. Like sometimes, like, I think he also was at video game charts, and people are talking about him. Oh my god. I think at one YouTube video he was talking bullshit, and I was trying to get into a discussion, telling him that you were talking bullshit, but there was like no reasoning with the guy. He's just holy shit. He's like mentally retarded. He thinks that Microsoft gives a shit about him. Stop the Phantom. How are you doing? I'm like, nah, you know, I'm not gonna waste my time. You know, I have 2 people here on my stream, like Anorexic Turtle and some other idiot, or they're the same, and they always troll my streams. I'm like, why are you wasting your motherfucking time at someone you don't even like or care about? And that's what I had with trying to get into a discussion with General MLD. I'm like, that is not... He's wasting my time, you know, I'm not gonna do this. He's just an idiot. Ooh, I like the soundtrack. Oh, that's gone. Oh. Yeah, and then the whole Nintendo domination started. You know, Nintendo fans always saying, "Oh, Ninty domination," like Ninty dumb. You know, what? I mean, Nintendo was dominating, but not really in the right reasons. I mean, Wii Sports, Wii Fit, Wii Music. Those are not really games you should be proud of when you're a big-time Nintendo fan. And that's why the Wii absolutely just crashed in like the 5th year or the 4th year. Oh my fucking god. It's gonna be funny to see when we get at that point this generation and see the difference between PS4 and Wii. how much the Wii crashed and burned. Because, you know, the casual gamers already had the Wii. The hardcore gamers, I don't know, didn't like it, didn't have anything to play or whatever. The general gamers were like, what the fuck is this? It's kind of funny to see, but still, you know, the system sold more than 100 million, just incredible. But it's something that's never gonna happen ever again. This was something one of a kind. You know? And Nintendo thought that with the Wii U that they will create something different, and they're not. With the Switch, are they gonna do something like that? Probably not, but maybe they are. Who knows? Maybe the Switch is gonna sell a lot of units. Who knows? It's interesting, you know. I'm interested in the Switch. If like certain games come out for it, like Monster Hunter. What's up, Emmer Lumpay? How are you doing? Level 45. I can definitely not beat this guy. I actually listened to the soundtrack of Final Fantasy XIII, Lightning Returns. It's actually a pretty good soundtrack. It almost wanted to make me try out the game. Yeah, it crashed and burned after like 4 or 5 years into the gen. I think people were really just bugged out. Wasn't the E3 2009 the E3 where they had only casual games like Wii Sport, Wii Music? Didn't they have that finger thingy to read your heart and stuff? Like what? I think that the longtime fans realized that Nintendo is not gonna make core games for it, you know. They are trying to cash in, like a really cheap cash in. And as I said, you know, the casual gamers already had the Wii. You know, moms and dads and I don't know, uncles, whatever, they had the system, so no one was buying it anymore, and it just crashed and burned. And that's really the power of consoles again, you know. It's all about the games. It doesn't matter what kind of hardware you have. I mean, sure, you have to have sort of up-to-date hardware, but only because Scorpio is extremely powerful doesn't mean it's gonna sell. If there are no games to back it up. I want to do that quest. Yeah, the Wii Vitality Sensor, that was a little thingy. I mean, the only... Like, well, there are a couple of good games on the Wii, don't get me wrong. Like, Xenoblade is being hailed as like the best RPG, Japanese RPG, last gen. Then you have The Last Story, that looked extremely interesting. You had the other game. You had like Project Rainbow, had 3 games. Last Story, Xenoblade, and another one. Was it something like with a tower? And that was like the weakest of the 3. You had like the Mario game, you had Mario Kart, of course. You know, you had Zelda. That Zelda game looked fairly interesting, though, looked pretty cool. But that was it. I mean, and for such a long generation, that is all. And you of course also had Donkey Kong, Kirby, but they didn't really sell well, if I'm considering. Or the Wii U version didn't sell well. But you know, Nintendo was really just obsessed with the huge amount of money. They were making so much money. Oh my god. Holy shit, they were making a huge amount of money. And, you know, the Wii could have been the next PlayStation 2 with hundreds, thousands of great games, but Nintendo didn't do it. Yeah, Nintendo changed. You know, they were focusing on the Wii Sports and the Wii Fit audience, and they totally kind of left out the core fans. I think that at the end they created like Donkey Kong and Kirby, but I think it was too late. Just too few, too late. It was already over. And, you know, at the end the Wii still outsold the PS3, still outsold the Xbox. But it could have been so much better. So much better. The Wii really showed that it's all about gameplay. It's all about hype and gameplay and, you know, having something to hype out. Because the motion controls were something different. Wii Sport was a lot of fun to play. A friend of mine back then, he is a total Nintendo fanboy. Like, I bet if I say to him now, like, the Switch, because there's already a Chinese developer who actually made the exact same thing. It's like exactly the same as the Switch. If I would say that to him, he will be like, oh no, but this is different. Like, no, it is exactly the same system. Oh no, it's different. You know, Nintendo is so innovative. Even though motion controls were already done years and years before that. It's so innovative. It's as stupid as at that time Microsoft fanboys were saying, oh my god, the Kinect is so innovative. iToy. Kinect is just a powered up iToy. I was playing Kinect years before Kinect came out. What is, you know, people really forget what the competition does if they don't do any research in the competition. And I check Nintendo news, PC news, Xbox news. I don't give a fuck. I like everything about the industry. Doesn't mean I have to get everything.
Good job.
No, Monster Hunter 2. Oh my, I was pissed off. I'm like, what? Because in that generation, PSP was the system to buy Monster Hunter on, you know? Not on 3DS, not on Nintendo DS, you know, on PSP. Monster Hunter got big because of the PSP. And all of a sudden, Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii? What? But, so I remember back then, I was like, should I buy a Wii? Because I love Monster Hunter, I really do. I think that Monster Hunter, if you look at it, at the amount of the quality, and the amount of content, and that like every piece of armor looks different, can be upgraded, Monster Hunter is still the king of the hunter genre. I mean, Klaudkil does it very good. God Eater, awesome game. But as of customization, and I think that in a hunter game, customization is the most important part. Monster Hunter is still the best one. So, you know, I really hope there's gonna be a Monster Hunter for PS4 and not Switch exclusive or whatever. And I was really pissed that Monster Hunter was at the Wii. I actually remember that when I saw it, I actually started playing Monster Hunter 1 on the PS2. Yeah. Because I just wanted to play Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is I love Monster Hunter. I played it so much. Maybe I should no, I shouldn't be played on PSP. Because I know there's like one boss I just cannot defeat it. It's just impossible to defeat. Like Talkiden also has that customization that every piece of armor can be upgraded and look different, and you can create a lot of cool looking characters in Talkiden. I should again play more with Talkiden, but no time. No time. Yeah. Like, a lot of people, did you know that there's a big rumor that the new Zelda is actually delayed? Again? Seriously, again? And that the Wii U version is going to be cancelled. And, I mean, the new Zelda, I've actually watched a lot of gameplay for the new Zelda. And I'm interested. I'm like, this would be a game I would like. This looks really cool. You know? And as I said, I don't hate Nintendo. I just don't have the need to buy a Wii U. And then I hear like Xenoblade, Xeno Chronicles are gonna get ports. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So, you know, it all depends on what kind of games are coming out for PS4, what kind of games are coming out for the Switch, but I said it yesterday or the day before, I really don't see Capcom making a new Monster Hunter Switch exclusive. You know, 0 sales against 70 million or 60 million. It will be stupid. Absolutely stupid of Capcom to not create the game for the PS4. So I think there's a really big chance that Monster Hunter 4 is just coming out also for the PS4. So that would create that would, like, if Monster Hunter will be exclusive to the Switch, that's almost a guarantee I'm gonna buy it. Almost. You know, so if that is being left out, if I can easily buy Monster Hunter on PS4, there is little reason to still buy the Switch. Or just when it's cheap, you know. So you have to consider, you can also buy the system when it's really cheap. Monster Hunter was very limited, but I mean, it's the same with PSP. You know, I was used at PSP, so I mean, but it's just all about, you know, the gameplay. I just really liked playing Monster Hunter. And you know, even today, there is no Hunter game better than Monster Hunter. Talking about Monster Hunter games, the Hunter genre, we shouldn't forget that Tecmo Koei already announced that Samurai Warrior Sanada is coming out next year, Talkiden 2 is coming out next year, Atelier Virus is coming out next year. We already have at least 3 games coming out next year we don't have a release date for, so it's just, there are so many games coming out that I cannot play because there's too many. It would be stupid to just buy another system, you know. Really stupid, because I can't even play the games I want to play. 3 hours, by the way. How late is it? Ah, holy shit! It's 26 minutes past 12. I still need to shower. And I should have already been in bed. Fucking hell. That's a good thing though. It means that this game is awesome. But I'll definitely need to... where is it actually? Ah, see? I knew there was like area here. I just knew it. gonna be a quick shower. Maybe. Or they're gonna create like a Klaudkil what people want. Because I hear that Klaudkil open world isn't really that good. Or it's just oversaturated. Like you have Klaudkil Kiwami. Too many Klaudkil games. Maybe. They got new armor. Let's check that out. Ooh, armor element. Ooh, this is a cool armor. And stronger than this one. But yeah, everyone, I'm really going to bed. Holy shit, it's way too late actually already. H-Brand, like always, thanks a lot for the talk. It was a lot of fun. Almost 3 hours. I think 2 hours. I think you came in the stream like when I was playing for an hour already, or at least almost an hour. So we've been talking a lot, and PSX 2 weeks. Of course, you're gonna see me. You know, you're gonna see me more. This is not the last time I'll stream, but you know, not tomorrow, but the day after that, I most probably will be streaming again. So, everyone, thanks a lot for watching. Definitely H-Brand, thanks a lot for the chat. And like always, you'll see me next time. Yeah.